Happy day, students. Today we are going to have a quick recapitulation of Class 8 Social Science Geography, Chapter 1 Resources. Okay, now this slide talks about the difference between source and resource. For example, if you take simple example of a sun is a source, sunlight is a resource. If you take well is a source and water is a resource. In the same way, what is given here as explanation for source is the main thing from which a resource is made is called as a source. Cotton is used to make cotton clothes. Therefore, cotton is a source here. For example, rickshaw is used to satisfy our need. Therefore, you can say rickshaw is a resource here. Okay, now let us move on to next slide. Here we are talking about a few new words called the utility and value. Okay, now any substance that is present in the nature cannot be called as a resource. It can be called as a resource only if it can satisfy the human need. Therefore, a resource which is in the form of an object or a substance which can be used or for satisfying our needs is called utility. Now any substance that has utility, that means it has got value. Value means worth. Okay, now some resources have got economical value. Okay, that means you can sell it in the market to get money, like iron ore and minerals and so many other things. There are some resources which can satisfy human need, but you cannot sell it in the market to get money. For example, if you take friendship of your friends, you can't sell it in the market to get money. Okay, even if your grandmother's home remedies, actually they do not have economical value, you can't sell in the market. However, if you patent it, that means if a company buys the secret of the home remedy, okay, makes it into a packet and sells it in the market, then it gains economical value. Okay, now let us move on to the next slide. Here they are telling that for any substance to be converted into resource, first is it should be available in nature, human beings should require it, and human made, that means there should be technology and knowledge applied by the human beings to make it even more efficient. Then any substance can become a resource. Okay, now, here resources can be of three categories which we have discussed in the lesson: natural resources, man-made or human-made resources, and human being itself. Human being is also a resource. Now, natural resources, as the name indicates, they are readily available in nature, they are unlimited, and without applying much knowledge to it. You need not change it too much, you can use it in the natural form it is occurring, or maybe little change is required to it. Okay. Now here, renewable and non-renewable together form natural resources. Now we are talking about two words, renewable and non-renewable. Let us see what these renewable and not renewable resources are. Renewable resources are resources that can be renewed or replenished. That means again and again they can be used because they are readily available. For example, solar energy, wind energy, it's available abundantly. Non-renewable resources are, they get over, if you overuse it over a period of time, they get exhausted. Okay, actually water is a renewable resource. Okay, but it is classified under non-renewable also because the speed with which we are using this renewable resource, it is becoming non-renewable. Some fossil fuels which take thousands of years to form are non-renewable resources. Now here are some pictures of renewable resources like solar energy, wind energy. Down you see the picture of non-renewable resources like minerals, limestone, oil, etc. Now, so far we have understood that now the distribution of natural resources, okay, is not same everywhere. Even if you take single country as India, whatever resources are present in one state might not be present in another state. Some states have excess of a particular resources, some states do not have any resources at all. Therefore, there has to be some factors that determine the distribution of resources like terrain, climate and altitude, and these are different in different areas. Hence, we can say that distribution of natural resources is not uniform throughout. Now, let us come to human-made resources. The human knowledge and technology can be applied on natural resources to make it more efficient. That is what is shown here. Bridges, cars, aeroplanes, all this because of human knowledge, they have become more efficient, and because we apply this human knowledge only, it can become a resource. Without human knowledge, it cannot be a resource. For example, iron ore as such cannot be useful to us, but if we apply knowledge, if a human being applies knowledge to this iron ore, then you can get iron from it. Therefore, with application of human knowledge only, certain substances can become resources. Now, sustainable development, you know very well that we are utilizing the resources at a very great speed, like we have seen in non-renewable resources. If at this rate we continue, there might be a time in future when these resources will not be present for the future generation. Therefore, we have to plan our development in such a way that not only we use the resources, but we have to make sure that future also has the availability of resources. That is called sustainable development. Okay, now human resources. Human being as such is a resource because he has the ability not only to change the environment, he changes the environment through his knowledge and technology to suit his needs. That is why human being himself is called as a human resource. Okay, you can make this human resource effective by giving him knowledge, by providing him health facilities, then he becomes even more effective. The abilities, that is the quality of the human resource, will improve. Okay, again here sustainable development, the principles of sustainable development have been clearly summarized here. Development, respect and care for all forms of life, improves the quality of life, conserve the earth's vitality and diversity, minimizes the depletion of natural resources, change personal attitude and practice towards environment. It enables communities to take care for their own environment. These are the principles of sustainable development. Now, why do we need to conserve resources? It is clearly given here. Using the resources carefully and giving them time to get renewed is called resource conservation. Sustainable development, again we are talking about, because everybody is now focusing on sustainable development. We are not telling that we should not use the resources now. We can use it now, but see that it is available for the coming generations also. Now here let us see the notes. The future of a planet and its people is linked with their ability to maintain and preserve the life support. Okay, and therefore it is our duty to ensure that all uses of renewable resources are sustainable. See, again the word sustainable is coming, so you have to understand how important it is. The diversity of life on earth is conserved. The damage to natural environment system is minimized. Though little damage can happen, because no development can happen without damaging the environment, but we have to pay attention that it is minimal, very least. Okay, with this we complete the recapitulation of chapter 1 class 8 lesson resource. Thank you.